All right, today we are in DeCordova Bend and we are doing a vlog tour, a video tour around the neighborhood. We want to start with the gate. If we look right here behind me, the gate, this one is off of Acton Highway, and it is on the closer side to the center city of Fort Worth. There's another gate off Fall Creek Highway that gives you access to another part of town, depending on where you're trying to travel. But here we are at the two pickleball courts are back here to my right. And then there's also obviously the putting greens, and you'll see some the driving range here as well. So I have a pros and cons of living in DeCordova Bend, and we're going to go over all of the amenities here in the neighborhood in that video. But today I wanted to take you around the neighborhood, show you around, and let you see some properties that you can get in different price points. So we're going to start with a couple of properties that are in the $200,000 to $300,000 range. Then we're going to move up to $300,000 to $400,000. Then we'll go up to $600,000, and then I have a couple of properties that are actually on the main body of the lake that I'm going to give you a quick little snapshot of, and also do some driving around the neighborhood so you can get an idea of the feel of the neighborhood. So with that, I hope you enjoy the video, and we're going to jump into it right now. All right, we are starting our tour off looking at properties between the $200,000 and $300,000 range in DeCordova Bend. Today we are starting with this 2-bedroom, 2-bath home. It's 1,349 heated square foot. It is a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, and it sits on about a third of an acre. So a nice little over a quarter acre size lot. This property on the interior, it does need some work and some updates, but it is priced to sell, and it's priced very well. It's at $225 right now. For this neighborhood, it's hard to get into that range. You will see properties come up, between the $200,000 to $300,000 range from time to time. There'll always be a couple little bit that are available, but it's a price point that's a little harder to find. So you'll see a lot more in the $300,000 to $400,000 range than in the $200,000 to $300,000. But you do seldom find these opportunities like this where you can get a very nice property under value, and then put some money into it, fix it up, and then either sell it or rent it out, and you got a great investment in a great neighborhood. So hope you enjoyed this. Let's go to the next one. The next one's going to be between $300,000 and $400,000, and then we'll continue the tour from there. Bye. All right, so we're doing a tour around DeCordova Bend Estates, and we're now at a property that is between the $300,000 and $400,000 range. It's right at 2,000 square foot. It's a 3-bed, 2-bath, and it sits on about a quarter acre, maybe just a little bit bigger. You can see lots of mature trees here in the yard. This is a very mature neighborhood. founded around the 1960s, and it is just in a fantastic location. So this is kind of what you would expect at the $300,000 to $400,000 range out here in this particular neighborhood. All right, we're continuing our tour around DeCordova Bend Estates, and we're going to be looking at properties that are around the $600,000 mark. So we have one property that is directly behind me here, and this property is 3965 heated square foot. It's a 4-bed, 3.5 bath. It sits next to this little cul-de-sac area. And we actually have another property that is directly behind me here as well. It's another property that's 3125 heated square foot, 4-bed, 3.5 bath. And it sits here in this little cul-de-sac. And it also backs up to the golf course. So this property here they're basically the same price. One's listed at $595, one is listed at $599. One of them is closer to 4,000 square foot, but it does not back up to the golf course. One of them is 3,100 square foot, and it does back up to the golf course. So you have two properties here that are right across from one another that are, right there at that $600,000 mark. As you can see, both properties are updated. They have nice curb appeal, lots of windows, new windows, especially in this property here. This one's also got some, some nice features on the outside. So this is, that square footage. If you're not talking about a waterfront property, that's pretty close to what you would expect in the DeCordova Bend estate area. Now we're going to go take a look at a couple of other properties. So stay tuned. We have some really cool properties that are really unique to this DeCordova Bend neighborhood. All right, so we're wrapping up our tour today of DeCordova. I hope you've enjoyed the tour around, but I did mention two other properties, and I have some drone footage here that I want to show you because I want to highlight some of the properties that are going to be available in DeCordova on the main body of the lake. These are going to be anywhere from 1.2 million up to 1.5. But let me show you kind of what you can expect with that price range. A $1.5 million property. You're going to get, if you see where we're at on Lake Granbury here, you're on the main body of the lake. So let me pause here. This is a little point of a peninsula. So property like this is going to go for anywhere from $1.2 to $2 million. These properties are available in DeCordova Bend. So you see that we went from 220 all the way up to 1.5 million. So these are some of the properties that you will find that will come available in the neighborhood from time to time. Not a ton of them, but there's always one on the market typically. So you will have options that are available. So with that, DeCordova does have some great lakefront properties in addition to a lot of other amenities. So be sure to tune into the pros and cons video, and also the comparison between Pecan Plantation and DeCordova Bend Estates. So we're going to do a comparison of the two neighborhoods, see which one is better based on preferences, and hope you enjoy that video. And until then, I hope to see you around Granbury.